There are places in this world where the air feels heavy, where shadows linger a little too long, and where the past refuses to stay buried. These are locations steeped in tragedy, violence, and despair. They are places where the veil between our world and whatever lies beyond seems impossibly thin. For centuries, tales have been whispered of spectral residents, unexplained phenomena, and chilling encounters. These stories draw us in, terrifying yet compelling. Let us journey now to some of the most infamous haunted sites on Earth. Deep beneath the bustling streets of Edinburgh, Scotland, lie the Edinburgh Vaults. These underground chambers were once homes and workshops, but quickly devolved into slums plagued by poverty, crime, and disease. Many died within these cold, damp walls. Visitors report feeling sudden drops in temperature, hearing disembodied voices, and sensing unseen presences. Some claim to have been touched or pushed by unseen hands. The residual energy of suffering and death is said to cling to the very stone. Across the border in England stands the Tower of London, a place synonymous with imprisonment, torture, and execution. Queens, nobles, and countless others met their end within its formidable walls. Their spirits, it is said, remain. Anne Boleyn, executed on false charges, is perhaps the most famous spectral resident, seen gliding through the Tower Green or the Chapel Royal. Other reported ghosts include Lady Jane Grey and the princes in the tower. The tower's long, bloody history has left an indelible mark. In the United States, the Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia stands as a monument to a failed experiment in isolation and punishment. Its long, silent corridors once held notorious criminals, driven to madness by solitude. The suffering here was immense. Today, visitors report hearing whispers, cries, and disembodied footsteps echoing through the empty cell blocks. Shadows are seen darting just out of sight. The oppressive atmosphere speaks of the despair that permeated this place for over a century. Further south, in Kentucky, lies the Waverly Hills Sanatorium, a former tuberculosis hospital. Thousands died within its walls during the early 20th century, often in horrific conditions. The building is vast and decaying, a perfect stage for lingering spirits. Tales abound of full-bodied apparitions, unexplained lights, and chilling screams from empty rooms. Room 502 is particularly infamous, associated with suicides and dark energy. The sheer scale of death here seems to fuel the paranormal activity. Japan's Aokigahara Forest, also known as the Sea of Trees, lies at the base of Mount Fuji. While beautiful, it has gained a grim reputation as a frequent site of suicides. The forest is dense, quiet, and disorienting, making it easy to get lost. Visitors and locals speak of feeling watched, hearing strange sounds, and encountering unsettling phenomena. The forest's tragic history has imbued it with a heavy, sorrowful energy. Compassion and caution are advised for anyone venturing near its edge. In India, the ruins of Pangar Fort are considered one of the most haunted places in the country. Legend tells of a sorcerer's curse placed upon the fort after his advances were rejected by a princess. The curse foretold the fort's destruction and the death of all its inhabitants. Today, entry to the fort is prohibited between sunset and sunrise. Locals tell tales of spirits roaming the ruins after dark, of strange lights and sounds, and of anyone who stays after dusk never returning. An ancient, potent darkness is said to reside here. Off the coast of Mexico City lies the Island of the Dolls, or Isla de las Muñecas. This small island is adorned with hundreds, perhaps thousands, of decaying dolls hanging from trees. The story goes that a hermit began hanging dolls to appease the spirit of a young girl who drowned nearby. The dolls, many missing limbs or eyes, create a deeply unsettling atmosphere. Visitors report the dolls' eyes following them, hearing whispers, and feeling a pervasive sense of unease. The island is a disturbing tribute to a possible tragedy, now populated by silent, watchful figures. In Italy, Poveglia Island sits in the Venetian lagoon, with a history as dark as any. It served as a quarantine station during plague outbreaks, where the sick and dying were sent to perish. Later, it housed a mental asylum where horrific experiments were allegedly conducted. The island is now abandoned and largely inaccessible. Stories persist of the ghosts of plague victims and asylum patients haunting the overgrown grounds and crumbling buildings. The very soil is said to be composed partly of human ash. A place of immense suffering, its past refuses to rest. These are just a few examples of places around the globe where the veil between worlds seems thin. From ancient castles and forgotten prisons to desolate forests and isolated islands, the echoes of human suffering and death can leave an indelible mark. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, the stories and the palpable atmosphere of these locations are undeniably chilling. They serve as grim reminders of the past, and perhaps, just perhaps, hint at mysteries we are not yet meant to understand. The shadows are long, and the whispers continue.